Tomato. Welcome to Cooking Quickies. It's dinner time again. Today I'm gonna cook this dish that everybody knows. It's one of the most famous Chinese dish out there. It's called Mapo Tofu. Consider how common this dish is. It's kind of hard to find an authentic one out there. So what is authentic? By the name of this dish, it's called Mapo Tofu. And the first word ma means numbing. So this is not just a spicy dish. It has to have this numbing taste and a spicy taste to it. Together makes the dish complete. But if you want to take it to another level, you can add in more spices, other things that add into the spiciness to make the taste more complicated, more interesting. And that's when I use a lot of garlic and ginger to add different kinds of spiciness into the dish. To create this perfect numbing flavor, I start with using the whole Szechuan pepper to infuse the oil, and then I end the dish with sprinkling some Szechuan pepper powder. So this whole tofu dish is wrapped with this Szechuan pepper numbing aroma and sensation, so that we don't embarrass the name of the Mapo Tofu. So let's start with preparing the tofu. We are going to use soft tofu for this dish because I think the texture fits better. But soft tofu breaks apart easily. How are we gonna prevent that? Here is another pebble for you. We're gonna soak the tofu in salted water. This is not gonna season the tofu with any flavor. It's just gonna make it a little firmer, harder to break apart, so it's easier to cook with. And then we're gonna chop the tofu into bite-sized cubes. Now all is prepared, we're ready to rock and roll. Start with infuse the oil with Szechuan pepper. But since I'm using a cast iron pan, I have to heat up the pan first so it's non-stick. Now the pan is heated up so it's non-stick, but because I'm not sauteing right away, I'm infusing the oil with the whole Szechuan pepper, remember? So we want to turn the heat real low because you don't want to burn the Szechuan pepper as soon as it gets in. You want it to have time to release that aroma and flavor, all the goodness, right? Turn the heat down, then add in the oil, and then the Szechuan pepper. You want to be patient, wait for about a minute or two. Make sure you stir it so it doesn't get burned. Now the oil is infused, we want to turn the heat off, remember, and then scoop the Szechuan pepper out because otherwise you might burn it. Before I saute the spices though, I want to tell you, because the white part of the green onions is the part that has with more intense flavor of the green onion, so we're going to use that to make sure that the oil is spiced up to medium high. Now you want to put in the white part of the green onion, the garlic, the ginger. Notice that how much of the green onions, garlic, and ginger that I use. Don't be stingy. That's the key to make this dish yummy. About a minute or so, you will smell all the fragrance, and that's when it's ready to put in the pork. It's time to put in the pork. Don't put a lot of pork in there because this is a dish about tofu. Okay, the pork is there just to complement the tofu. Break apart the pork. Okay, now it's all turned color and also broken apart. I'm gonna put in the hot bean sauce. Just gently saute, and then we're gonna add in some soy sauce. But remember, you wanna put soy sauce around the pan so it hits the pan first so the heat wakes up the soy sauce. Now, put in the water, and finally the tofu. Bring to boil, and then you're gonna season with some salt. Make sure you taste it. Oh my Buddha, this is so good. All right, here's another pebble. Most people will finish this dish now, but if you have time, I would highly recommend you to cover this dish up and turn the heat off and let the tofu sit in there for a good 20-30 minutes. This way, the remaining heat will make sure the flavor penetrate into the tofu. So it's not just the sauce and this flavor wrapped around the tofu. It's like the whole tofu is born to be Mapo Tofu, right? It's in the bone, in the blood, it's everything, every bite. Now this tofu has been sitting for a while. You want it to sit for at least 15 minutes, and then the longer the better. Then heat it up and finish it up right before you need to serve it. Let's just finish this dish now. Turn the heat up to medium-high to bring it back to boil. Gently stir. Then you want to thicken the sauce a little bit. You want to make sure that you re-stir your starch mix. And then putting a little bit at a time to the consistency that you desire. And then your Szechuan pepper powder. Quick stir. Turn the heat off. Right before you serve it, some green onion, the green parts. Let's move it onto a beautiful plate. Wow, look at this. Oh, this smells so good, and I'm gonna give it a try because, no way I'm waiting till dinner time. But also, I'm just trying to be the good cook, a responsible cook. You always try your food before you serve it. The numminess, the spice, and all that garlic, green onions, and ginger all together. This dish is to die for. Okay, I better go now because my family's waiting. They're hungry and I better serve dinner. Before I go, remember, like, subscribe, follow, and share. And I really appreciate all of your love and support. Thanks. I'll see you next time. Bye. While waiting for the tofu. Tell me something, boy. Is it hard to try to fill that void? Or do you need more? Ain't it hard keeping it so hardcore?
Sorry, start over.
In the shallow. In the shallow, we're far from the shallow now. Oh,
I can't believe you threw my cigar. God damn it.
out of the deep end, watch as I dive in. I'll never meet the ground. Crash through the surface where they can't hurt us. We're far from the shallow now. Tofu's ready.